This is just something that dropped in with what you were sharing, and feel free to answer this however you feel called to. And I guess I want to preface this by saying other than doing the inner work, which I think is the foundation for anything, for those of us who have assignments, if you will, to ground in and bring forth these more exalted states of these systems that are ready to evolve, like a new calendar system or a new system of astrology, etc. How can they best bring forth such systems to the greatest degree that can be brought forth in during these times?
Yeah, great question. So immediately what drops into this is, it seems so simple, and yet it is that simple. And then it isn't that simple, and that it is, right? Which is 0 point. The way in which we can all be in the greatest access and conduiting of anything that is taking place in way of greater access and connection and facilitation is through our willingness, our desire, and our greater mastery of remaining and participating in all moments, should we choose, as the 0 point, right? As the witnessing presence in the full connection, as the neutral observer. Each one of us is a physical chess piece here, is a human avatar, part of the matrices, and the way it's set up at this point in time, and really at many points in time from my vantage point in this now moment, is that, to be a part of the greater evolution from the time, of the origin of the human template and the origin of the blueprint and template of Gaia. Part of the creational law and order, if you will, is to create change and greater evolution, if you will, is to come in and to be an actual incarnate, a physical incarnate. And albeit what has been defined as a physical incarnate has greatly shifted and changed throughout the entirety of the human experience and the Gaian experience, absolutely, due to all the different levels and layers of dimensional range and consciousness, access and downfall, and so on and so forth. But nonetheless, it seems from this now moment and this vantage point that from the very inception point of humanity's creational codex and Earth's creational codex, to come in and to create change, if you will, is to physically incarnate, to be here as a chess piece. So to create big evolution, and in the collective body template and the ancestral body template of any given biological lineage that one incarnates into, in our own soul's template that we desire to have be expressed and experienced through the frequencies and all the different frequencies that are present within and upon Gaia, is to be a physical incarnate. So as we're in this unprecedented time of conscious evolution and ascension or ascension here, each one of us that is here right now is here as a physical incarnate, right? Is holding a blueprint, of the ancestral body matrix, the collective body matrix, the soul body matrix. And as such, for the greatest access to all that is being brought forth and brought in and continuing to become more and more accessible, the greatest access point to all of it is through the 0 point, is to be able to find our navigation system back into full connection to the atom seed within our high hearts, that eternal wisdom center, that which plugs us into the human experience in the first few heartbeats, that take place in the creation of the physical construct, right? And that when given the opportunity, and I certainly feel we're returning back to that collectively, we transition back out and through as well, that inception point, that atom seed, that 0 point connection within the high heart. So really, dropping in as the 0 point, as the neutral observer, and allowing ourselves to come into that three, if we were looking at it in a very linear sort of perspective, to give us some context to the, a visualization, and be like, having that 365 degree vantage point, right? But of course we know that is very linear, and it's quite beyond that, right? It's our access point to the everything and the no thing. So, coming into that place and then connecting to any given streaming of awareness and greater dimensional range and consciousness access allows us to have the greatest awareness and clarity of all the different layers and levels of our own hologram, and how they are participating in the energies, and perhaps, through the curiosity and the questioning, what is the greatest potential capable of being experienced through all these different layers and levels of access.